Welcome to the Dawg Chug. Ed in Columbus featuring a guy that everyone loves to be irritated by, and Roger, who is even further away from the camera today. He's actually on
I don't know what happened.
A different continent now.
Yeah.
Welcome, boys. It's been an interesting day. I don't know if anyone out there saw the drama that was going on today on X.
What happened? What happened?
There was a little bit of some call outs between one of our very own and everyone knows Brown Spider. He's awesome. I'm a huge fan. I actually had his back over our own because I'm a unloyal piece of shit like that. So. But yeah, wow, that was interesting.
Wow.
Apparently, we cannot use the word agenda because agenda has racial undertones to it. So we're going to just get rid of that word on the Dawg Chug moving forward. No more using that horrible, disgusting word. Ed, wow. Do you agree?
Well, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for unity 2024. I will say this, Andy. I was going to use that word and proclaim something, but I will use another word that the Spider put out there in the X verse, and I will use that, the narrative. And the narrative on the Dawg Chug is making Dawg Chug great again. That's what we're going to do. Whether you're a Deshaun lover, whether you're a Baker bro still, whether we're all Cleveland Browns fans, we're all going to unite. September 8th is coming. Dallas is the enemy. America's team is facing Dallas, and it's going to be great. It's going to be huge. So we're going to do that. It's going to be a big umbrella. That's what the Dawg Chug is, and we're going to have some fun tonight, Andy, and I can't wait. And the Guardians all the time, Guardians all the time. First place baseball team back in Cleveland. What better than that? What better than that?
Horribly said, Ed. That was great.
Thank you.
And I understand, getting rid of the A word is going to be tough. We've been using that word for a long time. So I think we're going to institute a new rule. If you say it on the Dawg Chug, you got to drink. Simple as that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Roger, what do you think about all this?
You know what, Andy? You've never asked. You always take everybody else's side. And I fight all day with counts with 100 fouls, 200 fouls. I don't hear a peep out of you. As soon as it's somebody like the Brown Spider, as soon as it's somebody like Lloyd, here you come on your white horse for them, and you get into it because I go through this with dudes all day long, and you're nowhere to be found. Yeah. But Roger, let it be the camera-loving Brown Spider, and all of a sudden you're riding fucking shotgun with him. And nobody's ever asked me why.
All right.
Nobody's asked me why. I've been accused of things.
Can I respond to that? Can I respond? Pardon? If a tree falls in the wood, does anyone hear it? If someone has 100 accounts, I'm not going to pay attention to that. Ed doesn't even send it to me. Ed sends me when you get into a beef with a major account. And then I got to come storming in. I got to do damage control. I'm a contrarian, Roger. Okay. So when you go fight someone, I got to take the other side because, we got to make sure the Dawg Chug seems balanced. So,
Andy, here's what I want you to do for me. And I want you to go, and you said there's a way to search, and you go through and search where I've started it.
Oh my God. Now I got to do homework.
Did I start it today? Did I?
Yes. I think.
No.
Okay.
No.
Fine.
Fine. I made a comment on Emmett Golden. Emmett's not going to say nothing back to me. He knows better.
That was like a 10% aggression meter, and you responded. You went full 100. But anyways, I don't want to sit here and debate this. We got an excellent show for you tonight. In fact,
okay,
we've got one of our fans that's
yes
going to maybe see during the Jacksonville Jags game. He wanted to come on and say hi real quick. Knew it was going to be a great show. So for his first time on the Dawg Chug, welcome, Jimmy B.
Jimmy B, man.
Thanks for joining us, man. Good to see you. You're a Twitter legend, and now you're on the show, which makes us even better.
Oh, I don't know about that. All I know is that my agenda is that my narrative aligns with Ed, is that I am all round and orange all day, all year, 24/7, 365. That's it. If I had him I would drop it right now. That's it. And with that, according to Roger, and Andy, I have to drink. And since I'm not
You do have
drinking
to drink.
beer at 10 o'clock at night, I have to get up in the morning, so I'm going to drink an ice
All right, fair enough.
Wow.
Fair enough. I want to formally apologize to you and any other D4L people
No, you don't have to.
outside of the 5 or 6 that I'm at war with.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Because I said something that I did. I retract. I take that back.
No, it's all good.
To everybody but the 5 or 6 that constantly accuse me of things. So, Jimmy, I love you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I love you. Thank you for coming by.
This is
Jimmy,
now,
we got one
you know what?
question.
I'll just add a small snippet, and I know you know this is supposed to be a short thing, so I'll step out. But I see both sides of the coin. You know, from an outsider, is that there are hardcore supporters of like or him, DW, and against him, and then there's a portion who are just strictly Browns. I mean, you know, all they want to do is see the team win because, as you know, we've seen how many quarterbacks play in Cleveland. It's an endless stream. So it's like I just want, you know, it's I even made a comment. I said you could stick a bag of rocks out there at quarterback, orange, purple, green, black, white. I don't care what color. And if they play and our team wins, I'm high-fiving everybody. I don't care.
Hell yeah. That's where we got to get to, where we all celebrate together. I have one question for you. On a scale from 1 to 10, how confident are you that Deshaun Watson's going to be successful this season? And being he's going to get us to the Super Bowl, 0 being your name's Roger. Where does Jimmy fall?
Oh, a Super Bowl? Is that what you
10
said?
is 10. In
10
between
would be
10
Bowl,
and 0.
0 would be Roger. 5 would be average. Where's Jimmy landed on this question?
As it stands right now, since I haven't actually seen it, and you know, and my confidence in him right now, under pressure, you know, under the gun. I haven't seen him in the playoffs since 2020.
It's been a while.
Seen him here in Cleveland in this situation. I would say it's about a 5. It's like middle of the road.
5 is fair. I like 5.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jimmy, it's been a pleasure. I hope you come on and do a full show with us someday down the road.
Yeah, absolutely, guys.
Can't wait to see you at the what is it, Jacksonville game in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jimmy.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks a lot, man.
Go Browns.
I had a blast. All right. Have a good time.
Well, that was fun. That was a lot of
You
fun.
know what, Andy? That was
yeah.
beautiful.
That was.
I've been trying to get Jimmy to come on since we started.
Well,
He's been following
probably
us for a long
knows
time.
what a racist piece of shit you are, and he was like, "Fuck that guy." But when I
know. Thank God you. Well, that happens with a lot of people, especially the ones with a lot of follows. You got to ask them. They don't respond to me. Okay.
All right, we need to start having fun on this show. So I think we're gonna kick it off with a little Ed special. What do we call this thing? Ed News.
That's right. Here we go. This is in Columbus with your Dawg Chug. Breaking news. The Ohio State Buckeyes open their season against Akron on Saturday. How many touchdowns will Ohio State give up? My guess is zip. The grandstand press box and dugouts from the field where the movie A League of Their Own was filmed was destroyed in a fire. Investigators say they have no clue what caused the fire, but I can confidently say we didn't start the fire. And finally, the world's oldest person, Maria Brenes Morea, passed away at the not-so-old age of 117. She saw Nick Chubb was placed on the PUP list and said, fuck it. And this is it in Columbus with your Dawg Chug. Breaking news.
Wow.
Wow, great job, man. That was good.
That zip one got me.
Yeah.
Very clever, Ed.
Hey,
Very clever.
Thank you. That one goes out to our friend Kevin, who's a big Akron Zips fan.
All right. Fair enough. All right. What do we got up next?
Do I go first? We got Dawg Chug update next.
We go Roger. Yeah.
Then we got to get through. Ed, what's the slides look like? Am I first?
You are. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Jameis Winston continues to delight fans and media alike with his high energy pregame speeches filled with fire, enthusiasm, and always some fun. Some fans wonder if Jameis will continue in the role this week as the regular season starts or step aside for starter Deshaun Watson. Dawg Chug wanted to know, so we reached out to sources, and here's what they heard. Deshaun going to knick-knack. I'll do some paddywhack. We both going to give them dogs a bone before the game. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, I do whatever Deshaun needs done. I take some snaps on it. Fire the boys up before the game. Is it? Or we just hang. He calls me up and he's like, Red Rover. Jameis, go give my dry cleaning and bring it over. Whatever needs done. I'm like, chickadee, Chinese ancient secret, yo.
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. Who's next?
That would be, let's see, we got a little, let's see, we got the Dawg Chug update. Here we go. So the Cleveland Browns kept a surprising 4 quarterbacks on the roster heading into the season opener. I guess when you have a guy that's overpaid, injury prone, has questionable massage etiquette, is insecure to the point he blocks anyone that criticizes him on social media and tries to run other successful quarterbacks out of town, it's probably a good idea to have a contingency plan or 11. In other news, after recovering from his 5th concussion, Denzel Ward returned to the field today and appeared ready for the home opener against the Dallas Cowboys, which was a great sign to Browns fans everywhere. A few minutes into practice, though, a bee landed on his helmet and tragically, Denzel's head exploded. Ugh. It's not good. The Pittsburgh Steelers announced the winner of their quarterback competition, Russell Wilson. Oops. Mike Tomlin announced it was a super hard decision that I debated for weeks. But ultimately, I realized since we're going to flip-flop back and forth between these two bums 12 times this season, who gives a shit which one of them we start with? And that's the Dawg Chug update.
Wow. Nice.
I screwed it up again because I had another one. What did I do wrong there, Ed?
Nothing. You did nothing, and you can go ahead right now with that if you'd like to, Roger.
Do it.
No, we'll just go ahead and call it a day.
No. Go. Let's see it.
No,
You want me to do it?
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do it.
All right. Ed Cleese, the father of Jason and Travis Cleese, revealed he has been banned for life from X. His ban on X comes from a political statement Ed made that apparently violates the terms of service agreement. Dawg Chug has found out his ban from X could be the result of an X burner account, Swifty Slut AI Dungeon Games, which violates all kinds of fucking shit, Ed.
Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Well, those pictures were worth it right there. I don't know what to say.
AI's a monster.
If I was irritated with you earlier, I am. You're back in my good graces. That was awesome.
Did that do it? I knew that was for you.
Sorry, Spider. I'm now Team Roger.
After that, I knew I had you.
All right. Well, that was some fun. Oh no, we still have one more bit.
One more thing.
Damn.
That's great.
All
That's right.
We saved the best for last, everybody. So with that, I turn it to Ed.
That's right. We have the top 10 things about the Browns that are so Cleveland. Number 10, they choke in the playoffs. Ugh. Sorry. Number 9, brown and orange colors that are very fall-like and give Metro Park vibes. Take a walk. It's really nice weather in Cleveland in October. Number 8, leaving Cleveland again for another city that starts with the letter B. At least Brook Park's not as far as Baltimore. Number 7, injuries. Number 6, they're fans reliving past championships that they never lived just to argue with Steelers fans. Ew. Number 5, current stadium like current Cleveland roads need major repairs.
Ooh.
I know.
You
I
knew
always
that was
harp
coming.
on that. I know. Number 4, always drama. That's one thing I love. Always drama, especially today. Number 3, best and most loyal fans. No, that's true. Number 2, did I mention injuries? And the number 1 thing about the Browns that is so Cleveland, QB controversy. But hey, at least the Browns won't have to build a statue that will just rust. And those are tonight's top 10.
Good job, Ed.
That was something, Ed. That was something.
There's something. You know, there's something through our open. There's something missing, and outside, beside comedy, there's something missing to the whole opening that we do. And I can't put my finger on it, but we're going to figure it out. It's going to get much better, I know.
Wow. It is going to get much better because we have a special guest, and I'll let Andy do the honors here.
Oh my gosh.
Thank
Well,
God.
it's one of our favorite people that grace us with coming on the Dawg Chug. You've seen her out there. She's one of the hardest working people, I would say, in the podcast game. Go check her out on Bougie Sports. But back on the Dawg Chug. This is her third podcast tonight. She's a worker bee. Let's see. Yvette, welcome back to the Dawg Chug.
Every day I'm hustling.
Whoa.
Like Cat Williams, you know. Every day I'm hustling, making the prize. If you know, you know.
We just went from 27 views to 487 views in about 30 seconds. Well done. Why don't we have you on every week?
Thank God.
Oh gosh.
How are
Can you
doing?
guys? Is my mic okay?
Sounds great.
All right,
How are
cool.
you?
I'm doing great. I'm kind of like, you know, to be honest, I have no idea about what drama you guys are talking about because I did 3 podcasts today. What a day to be busy.
Yes.
Ed, do you remember the good old days when you used to be on 3 podcasts in a day?
I do, and you know what, Yvette? I think to your point, like having the 3, it's nice because you got to prepare, you got to stay. You know, you're checking X and things like that for things, but drama, you stay out of drama. And today, I'll be real with you, good day to stay away. And but we're glad you're on the show tonight. We're gonna have some fun.
Ed, I will say you stayed out of this drama amazingly.
Ed always does. Ed he comes out with nothing on him.
Yeah, I told you when I came back, it was going to be about fun. I felt if I would have interjected myself, that would have distracted myself and the show. And but no, you know what? Roger is a person that's strong-willed, strong-minded. And look, we always got each other's backs from a fundamental standpoint. We may not agree with everything that we put out there, and that's okay. We're allowed to do that. And but I think at the end of the day, I think we all are Browns fans, and we're just very passionate. And sometimes things like this happen. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna blame the NFL schedule makers. You know, having this 2 weeks before the season starts and all this downtime and people getting cut and things like that, it just brings out negativity, and it festered today. But we're gonna reunite and be ready for the Dallas Cowboys.
So Ed, if you're saying if the last preseason game happened and then the season started tomorrow, that would be better.
I'm absolutely saying that, Andy.
Yvette, you just organized a whole
Yes.
charity fantasy football league, which
That's what I was going to say.
Part of it was amazing. Tell us a little bit about putting that together, about the charity, and then who do you think had the best draft?
Yeah. So I put together a fantasy football league last year, being inspired by the Scott Fish Bowl, but this year the golf outing Lana put together. So I don't want to take the credit for putting that together because she did all the hard work on that. But the inspiration was just to give back, you know? So we didn't know how to, I couldn't figure out a way to raise money, you know, that's why the fantasy football league doesn't have a buy-in. So, you know, we did the golf outing. So that's how we did it this year. So next year, you know, we hope it'll be bigger and better. And we hope that you guys will be there because I don't think we've seen you there this year.
Yes.
Just saying.
We will definitely clear the calendar next year. At least I will.
Yeah.
And by the way, like you should, we all had like we had some great accounts that were participated. We should all just pitch in a little bit of money and that it all goes to charity. I would be down for that.
Right. And I think that it's okay that it took a whole year because I don't think people understood what it was about. And honestly, I didn't really put that much pressure on the league because you're right. I have some people in this league with huge accounts and I didn't ask, for example, like Nick Carnes. I didn't ask, like, could you retweet this? But that would have helped so much, especially just in the raffle tickets. But this year we expect like next year that everybody does help and know that we like the money is going to a good place. And that was the point, you know. I think let's bring back to what you guys were talking about before in the drama. That was the reason why I wanted to do this, just to prove that we are the Browns. We give back. And I know Deshaun Watson inspires a lot of drama. And I hate that. And I would I'm probably more on the side of not Roger's side, to be honest. I'm a believer. I want him to do good, so I don't like it. I like to see I'm probably more of the positive type of person, but that's okay because I think at the end of the day, if we're all winning, that's the thing. We want to all win. Nobody's gonna complain, and I don't like to see it get ugly. So hopefully that'll move on, like we always move on past things. And looking forward to a good season.
I bet there's very few people on Kansas City Twitter that are arguing. You know what I mean? Because they've got.
You know what?
Nobody.
Man,
Probably. No other Twitter but Browns. That's the only team, probably.
But I think with all of us, it comes from a deep passion because I know for me, man,
sound gone?
What's that? Yeah.
Yes, your sound's on. Sorry, Roger. What were you saying?
I'm just saying.
Are you telling me my sound's gone?
Your sound is good. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, then why'd you do?
No, I did the X, and
That's
then Andy kind of
X.
screwed me up, so I apologize.
We do that all the time. Whenever we say X,
Yeah.
for some stupid reason, we all do this.
Yeah. We're immature.
Just randomly or irrandomly. So never mind us, Yvette. We just, you know us.
Did you say ear randomly?
Making up words tonight here.
I made up a word. I said irrandomly because it's not random, it's irrandomly. And that should be a word.
I'm not sure if you're racist, but you're definitely an imbecile.
Anyways, let's move. Let's have some fun.
Hell yeah!
Right? Let's do.
All right. I want to have Jimmy just said that he believes Deshaun Watson his confidence rating in Deshaun going into this season. What we have 11 days was at a 5 out of 10. So I think let's go around the horn here and let's all put a number out there because that'll be fun, right? We're trying to have some fun here. Roger, we know you're going to go 0, so we'll let you start.
You know what? I'm going to go 0, but I want to ask you that. I want to ask her something. If you had the number 1 pick overall in fantasy football, because I'm a diehard Browns fan, and I played in fantasy footballs when we had Brady Quinn, whatever. I would never draft. I mean, would you draft Deshaun Watson in a Browns fantasy? You know what I mean? So 0. You know what I mean?
What the fight was about.
So I have 0 confidence in Deshaun Watson. 0. So
0.
Wait,
0.
this is what the fight was about? The number 1 draft pick in fantasy football?
No.
No. I'm just asking you as a fantasy guru,
Roger was attacked for having he used the A word. I don't want to say it because I'll have to drink. Whatever. You know what? I like drinking, so agenda.
Oh, okay. Whatever. All right. I thought Roger was
Watson. And Roger had an interpretation of what that word meant. That there was something behind the word, a veiled thought behind the word. And I was more on the fence that he just thinks you don't like Deshaun Watson because he's a shitty quarterback. But
that's because you know Roger. Because you know Roger, so you're speaking to him as a person. That's what sucks about social media, and that's what because you guys don't know each other. You could take that more because I know Spider. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I know he doesn't mean anything negative either. And you guys are kind of person that both would have a gentleman conversation in IRL. But let me just say something real quick.
The problem, I think, started back earlier this offseason when certain people accused Roger of wanting Flacco back and not liking Deshaun because of the whole white versus black quarterback thing, which I think that's hogwash. Roger definitely doesn't like Deshaun Watson because he's a shitty quarterback, and he likes Flacco because he played really good quarterback for the Browns. But some troll accounts, I think, put that out there, and that was
yes, it was absolutely put out there that I'm a racist, and I chose this off season. I said my number 1 guy was Justin Fields, who when Baker Mayfield lost to Green Bay, I said to Andy on this show live, I don't care what the Browns have to do, go get Justin Fields. Andy said that's ridiculous. They'll never spend that kind of capital, and that was when Baker Mayfield was still here. And yet, I'm still accused of being a racist. And I love Jacoby Brissett. If Jacoby Brissett was our quarterback right now, I'd be fucking ecstatic, man. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
my-
it pisses me off to be accused of being a racist when we could go back 2.5, 3 years live on this show where I asked for Justin Fields.
Sorry, can we just accuse you of not knowing football then?
Oh,
Yeah, right.
What
Hey,
it was a comparison. What it was a comparison compared to Baker Mayfield at that time. I say, give me anybody. You know what I mean? Well,
Yeah.
why would I pluck that name out? I'm a Michigan fan. You know what I mean? But I watched that kid beat us how many times, and win games. So, and you're still, the jury's still out on him, on Justin Fields.
Oh gosh.
all right, but the jury's not out on Deshaun Watson because Roger said he's got a 0 confidence rating.
Yeah.
But Yvette,
0.
where would you come in? Actually, let's save you. You're the guest. We're going to save you for last. Ed,
Okay.
where's
You
your
know, it may be coincidental, my rating and the number that I'm going to give him. I think, Andy, I'm just going to leave it at a 6, and I think I'll just leave it there. And you guys can infer whatever you want with that number, 6. Remember, we used to ride with 6. I'm gonna say.
Oh god.
I'm gonna say Deshaun is.
You guys are killing me.
I'm gonna say Deshaun's a 6. Yeah, honestly, let's be real. With this Cleveland Browns team, if Deshaun is a 6, it's still a playoff team. I mean, that's how good this Browns team, I think the roster is. So I want Deshaun to be at an 8. Obviously, I want him to be a 10. But I think starting out the season with his injury and stuff like that coming back, a 6 is a good number to start with and just build him up and just like, So I don't think a 6 is actually putting him down. It's actually saying that he's got this much physical talent and he's been a stud his whole life, coming back from injury, coming back with a new system. A 6, I'd take a 6. A 6 beats Dallas. A 6 makes him 4-1. A 6 gets this Cleveland Browns team off to where they need to be in 2024.
All right. I'm Homer. I'm an optimist, but I do have, obviously a lot of reservations. The health. Can he get the confidence back? Can he get it back? I'm just not sure. The Browns, they've invested in some back quarterbacks. We have 4 quarterbacks on the roster, and listen, I told Ed I have a hot take. I'm gonna throw that hot take out there right now. I don't think we have 4 quarterbacks so we could trade one of them. I legitimately think they have 4 quarterbacks because they like the other 3 guys and they think we might need them like we did last year. I think there's a chance they might go into this season with 4 quarterbacks on this roster.
And why? And why would they do that, Andy?
Well, I'm saying I think they're doing that because they have reservations about Deshaun Watson. Now, having said that, here's what I'm going to say. If Deshaun Watson stays remotely healthy this season, I think by week 8, by week 9, I think he will be a above average quarterback. Confident in that. I think he'd be like a 6, 7, but he does have a lot of injury concerns. And there's something that is hard to, he makes it hard to say like, this is my guy. Like I believe in him right now. And I think his confidence is down. So he's had a rough couple of years, obviously. Can he get past that? I don't know that he can. I hope he does. So I'm going 4 right now. I'm saying my level is 4. And I'm not doing that because that's his number. I'm just doing it
to go low. I thought you were going to go higher than that.
If he's healthy, I think he'll go beyond 4. But I think health is a legitimate concern, so that's dragging me down a little bit. So.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
I think by week 8,
no one cares what 3 white lame dorks have to say. We care what you have to say. So where are you?
Yes.
Me?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Woo. Well, we're rating. We do need 4 quarterbacks. We're rating the confidence level of Deshaun Watson.
What is your confidence rating that Deshaun's going to have a successful season this year? 10 is he's going to get Super Bowl. 0 is you're Roger. Where does Yvette fall?
I'm going to go with an 8.3.
8.3. Wow.
Yes, my confidence is very high in Deshaun Watson, and because my confidence is high in Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski, and they're keeping him around here for a reason. I think Andrew Berry is a very, very smart, calculating person, and they seem to they're doing everything they can to give Deshaun Watson all he needs to be successful and double downing on it. And I think that there's been a lot of positive things in training camp, as well. So I am choosing to stay on the road of the positive things and just hope that we do see the Deshaun Watson that we did. And if we don't see it, then guess what? Then you guys can all have your day at me, but I want to see it. And if we do, and then I'll just have my day at you. And everybody will have time.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love the way you think. I can't wait for you to be right. You're right on many things. So when that happens, I'm going to have you come on and you get to talk shit to, especially Roger, but you can talk a little shit to me and Ed too.
By then, you're going to have me blocked. The brown spider's going to be sitting in this box, in this square, and I'm going to be doing a thing, trolling all of you when we're 3 and fucking 11.
Brown Spider, you would have been replaced years ago. He just doesn't want to do it.
Why do you think I'm still here, Roger? I mean, come on. I mean, every week.
I'm not. We're not getting. Yeah.
I'm
going to be the bad guy. What's going to happen this year is I'm going to be the bad guy on this show. Is what's going to happen.
You already are, Roger.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
That's been a long time ago.
By the way, I just noticed something. I bought a case of Natter Day. I drink like I'm 5. But they all have
you bought a what?
All of my Natter Days have this color tab, which is cool. But I just noticed this one has a pink tab.
Cute.
Is that the one that has like the poison in it or something? Like, what's going on?
Really?
Let's find out.
What's it got?
That's the bougie one. That's the bougie one.
Yes, exactly.
All right, I'm gonna drink it, but if I pass out, I want you to, alert the authorities to Bush.
Hey, if you pass out, I hope your buddy, the brown spider, sees it because I ain't calling no fucking buddy. How about that?
No, let's not talk about this anymore.
All right, fair enough.
Let's move on to another subject.
Can we talk about, and I'm not doing that, sorry, but it is noteworthy. Who did the first person in the draft? Who did they select in your fantasy draft?
The brown spider selected Deshaun Watson.
Which was hilarious.
You did it on purpose.
I literally had a plan that I was going to have fun at this draft. My goal was I was going to take Deshaun Watson with my first overall pick, and then I was going to take all Browns. That was everyone I could take Brown. I was going to take just to have, I don't know, to be annoying and be fun. But when he did that, I had to actually take it seriously.
Is that a serious pick? You're a guru. Is that a serious pick?
Well, when that's why I asked if that's what the fight was about, because if that was the fight was about, I was going to say, I get it. That
by the way,
horrible. And I was like, okay, maybe I am on Rudder's side, but then it wasn't about
Deshaun Watson. Yeah.
I roasted him for picking Deshaun Watson when live.
You did.
So, yeah,
I
have no problem saying that to his face.
And Yvette, who won the league last year, if you can remind me?
I don't even remember.
Ed, do you remember who won the league last year?
You guys weren't in the league.
I think didn't Spider somebody Carnes finished second or I saw some interaction between.
It was yes, Carnes.
They got close.
Browns and Spider made it to the final, and Brown Spider beat Nick Carnes.
Okay, that's okay.
I mean, come on, Roger, you got to appreciate that he beat Nick Carnes, right?
Bam.
Okay. All right, we're moving on. Just don't say the A word, please. We're going to move it along to Spit, Sip, Chug. And oh my God, the first question is about Deshaun Watson.
Statement.
Wait a minute. Can we give me 10 seconds so I can get another beer?
Go get another beer.
Yeah, and I want to say this too about the fantasy team. I only have one person from the AFC North, and he happens to be a Cincinnati Bengals. I have no Browns, no Ravens, and no Steelers on my team. Let's go.
Who'd you take from the
Bengals?
Oh,
I took out their running back, Zach Moss.
Zach. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. BRB. Don't talk about fantasy football while I'm gone.
Yeah.
That's you. Wait. Talk about anything else. Talk about the fight you guys had today, because I don't give a fuck about that. All right, I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Be right back.
Roger, you have to make a guess right now. Which one between me and Ed? Who drafted Nick Chubb in the 11th round?
Between you and Ed?
Me and Ed were in the draft. One of us drafted Nick Chubb. Can you guess which one?
In the 11th round would be you.
Yes, that's right. And guess who drafted just before me?
Ed.
And he didn't even think to get Nick Chubb. What an idiot.
No, because he's a smart fantasy football player. I hate fantasy football. I used to play it a lot when I was younger. I think it's ruined football because everything's based on fantasy stats. When you talk about quarterbacks, he's the quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. He's a
Kyler
bum,
Murray.
but he's a good fantasy quarterback. And he's hailed as a good quarterback, but he's really not. Because what has he done for the Arizona Cardinals? I can't remember his name.
Kyler Murray.
You just said his name, Roger. That doesn't even make
And I
sense.
forgot it that fast.
Wow.
And Deanna said that the hate for Spider is real. It's not true. The majority of us love Spider on this chat. We might not think that Deshaun Watson at number 1 in a fantasy league is the best option, but he won the league.
Andy.
I think he was just saying, I'm going to beat you guys, even though I'm going to burn my first pick, and he did. And I bet he wins. Let's see if that happens. All right, you've got another drink.
Game on.
And sorry, Roger, what were you saying?
I was going to back you up on that you defended him all day. You want to block me. You are absolutely in his corner. I'm the only one that's got a problem with him. And he ignored me after I asked him to explain himself. He decided that he was going to, once again. So you're on his side.
After he explained
yeah.
himself. Like all your fuck you, man. It's like you were pretty aggressive.
Oh
Anyway,
my God.
Here's what I want you to do, Roger. I'm going
to go back later and not look for you.
Roger, I want you to defend the worst person in all of Twitter. Like I want you to attack the worst person in all of Twitter and then see if I go defend that person. Like someone that's so vile and disgusting. You could test, will Andy come to this guy's defense? Are
they calling me a racist?
Well,
I'm not just going to go attack somebody. I'm just not going to go attack somebody, Andy. I'm not a psychopath.
All right, fair enough.
For Christ's sake.
Oh my God.
Okay. Sorry, we're all
Are we playing the game?
We're gonna organize. We're gonna play Spit Sip Chug. This will calm the temper of the show down a little bit, get things moving, and we're gonna just power through this Deshaun Watson statement. First of all, Ed, you're gonna run this.
Okay.
You've proven to be a very effective runner of Spit Sip Chug. Since you did name it,
Spit Sip Chug, a game with so much fame that I gave it its name. That's right. If you strongly agree with the statement, it's a statement, not a question, you will chug. If you're lukewarm on it, you will sip. And if you totally disagree, you will spit. Andy really does spit. It's kind of disgusting, but he gets it done in a big, big way. And our first statement being, if the Browns front office could go back in time and kill the Deshaun Watson deal, they would. Why not start off with Roger?
Is Roger allowed to sip today?
Well, I'm chugging on that because I think the Browns front office tried to kill this as it was happening the entire time it went through. It's the last thing in the world this front office would do. It's the last thing in the world Kevin Stefanski would do. It's all Jimmy Haslam. And if they can go back in time, they would kill Jimmy Haslam, hopefully, and then avoid everything. And maybe go back to before he bought the Browns. I don't know.
Okay.
Because he's the problem. Every time he steps in, he stepped in with the Johnny Manziel bullshit. He stepped in with the John Dorsey and interrupted what Sashi Brown and Andrew Berry were doing originally with Paul DePodesta. And then he got rid of him and he brought back in Andrew Berry. Every time this asshole steps in, he fucks shit up. I can't stand Jimmy Haslam. I wish he sold the Browns. Go to Tennessee. Go to Columbus. Ed wants you in Columbus. Go run the fucking soccer team.
We won a championship just a couple days ago. We love them in Columbus.
Roger,
Hey, I'm chugging. Fuck
Chugging.
Jimmy Haslam.
Roger responding to statements that weren't even asked. He doesn't
Wow.
know Jimmy Haslam. He's not afraid to put that out there.
No.
All right.
Hey, at least I'm not passive aggressive.
No, not at all. Well, we'll lighten it up with the mood here with the lovely Yvette. Here we go.
Okay. I'm just going to say that I don't agree with that. So because I'm just going to have to double down on my statement. I've got to stick to, if I'm going to go on one, take, I'm going to go all the way on that. And I have to think that Andrew Berry knew what he was doing. So hopefully he would keep to that, because that would mean that Deshaun Watson's going to do that.
At this point, would it be fair? at this point, would it be fair for me to say to you what you said to me about Justin Fields, to say to you, what do you know about football if he becomes a bust at this point? Because you said that to me, because indicating that I don't know anything about football. So having doubled down on that, and if Deshaun Watson is a bust, is it fair for me to say that back to you?
If that makes you feel better, Roger.
I'm just asking because you like to throw that around.
Well, obviously that would make you feel better because you brought it up.
Okay.
So that makes you feel better.
You brought it up. You brought it up.
What's going to make me feel better is Andy. Andy, what are you doing here?
Sure.
Yeah, I think that listen, they bought the Deshaun Watson that was the guy, the confident guy that everyone loved, propped up, and I think he needs everyone to prop him up. I think he's had a tough couple of years, and maybe not be the same guy that he was. Hopefully he can over the course of a couple successful games where he's not injured every other game, there's controversy, he will get that back. His teammates will love him. They'll prop him back up. He'll be the winning quarterback they thought he should be, and this trade will be ultimately judged as awesome. But yeah, I think today, if the Browns could go back in time and say, let's pop the brakes on this one a little bit, I think they would pull that lever. So I'm chugging.
Fair enough. I'm actually going to pull a Roger and sip on this. Because I think there's some people still in the Browns front office, and rightfully so, that look at the deal and then look at what the future holds for the Cleveland Browns, especially this year. This is a make or break year, the third year, and they're confident in what could go down. So and then obviously you got your detractors that don't like the deal, hate them, and all that. So I think it's a sip because I think it's like the fan base right now. I think it's like X. I think it's 50-50. It's kind of like our national election in November. It's pretty much 50-50, split down the middle. And that's not a bad thing because, look, at the end of the day, the Cleveland Browns are entertainment. And they are entertaining the shit out of us. Now, hopefully we use that in a positive way. But if we choose not to, hey, look, negative forms of life is also entertainment to some as well. So, look, I'm sipping and go Browns. We'll move on to statement number 2. Moving on. Over the course of the next month and with 29 games left to play and also with a 1-game lead, the Guardians will win the American League Central. We'll start with Yvette.
I'm going to stay with my positive attitude, and I always am. So, yes. Yeah.
She's
so
chugging.
What is that? Whatever that is. Okay, yeah. Chugging.
Nice.
Chug it. That was a sip.
Okay, chug.
We're going to have a talk about this at the Muni Line.
And
all right. I know, obviously, the Royals have caught up with Guardians. We have a slight lead, but like we've over the course of the season, we've played very similar baseball to them record wise. And they're obviously performing better lately than we are. So it makes sense to say they'll over catch us eventually, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think we are just in the biggest part of our slump. There's a statement of baseball. You're never as good as you look when you win. You're never as bad as you look when you lose. I think the Royals are playing a little over their head. We're playing a little under their head. Eventually things will settle out and we'll be the champs. We'll be on top. So I'm chugging.
Nice. I will echo those sentiments of Yvette and Andy, and I'm chugging as well. Baseball season is a marathon and it's not a sprint. It's actually, I believe, better that the Guardians are struggling now. I've seen teams do that where they struggle right before basically the end of August, September. Then they turn it on, get ready for October. And I believe the 2024 Cleveland Guardians will be your American League Central champions. So,
love it.
Roger.
By the way, T-Fly out there, former Dawg Chug person that was on. I hope T-Fly come back on anytime. Yes. You're the best. All right, sorry, Roger.
Man, it's tough to say because you know what? Right now, Kansas City, they won the series and they caught us at our very worst we've been all year. So you got to take a look at the ball club and you say, what team? Who are they? Are they the club that we watched from April all the way up to the 8th inning, the 7th inning of the Saturday night game against the Baltimore Orioles, where Vogt checked it in, and at that point, everything changed from that point on up until the win today. We've been scattering wins. Kansas City caught us at our worst we've been all year. There's another month of baseball left. We face them again. We have to go to Kansas City. We play the Twins again, and we have a couple more AL, series sprinkled in. I thought it was 87 wins and win the division, type season. And I think that's what it's going to turn out to be. They can absolutely still win the division. They got an entire month to get hot and get back. I think they're the ball club that we saw from April up until the trade deadline, and not the team we've seen over the last month or so. So I think they can absolutely win the division.
So you're sipping?
Chugging?
No, I think I'm chugging. I don't know. I lost track.
Nice.
That's
We're all
four chugs, Andy. That's a 4 chugger right there.
4 chugger. All right.
All right, moving on to statement number 3, going back to the Browns again. The Browns will have a below average offense for the first half of the season, and we'll start with Andy.
Yeah. Look, hard to project. We haven't seen a lot. We don't know what the new offense is going to be. The offensive line has been in shambles. We have a lot of quarterbacks. I think it's fair to say, though, that the defense is going to carry this team through the first part of the season. And I really believe strongly the offense is going to be a work in progress, and it's really going to come together in the second half. But I am sort of anticipating that it might not be the offense we all want to see. And I'm okay with that as long as we can, get to that 5-3 record midway. I'll be super excited for what the future holds for the Cleveland Browns. So, yes, I'm gonna chug that. I think right now it's gonna take a little bit of time, and that's okay. Browns are in good hands. We're gonna win the division.
Wow. I'm actually going to sip. Wow, I feel like Roger on a typical Dawg Chug Wednesday, but here's why. I think obviously Andy's right. The defense is going to carry it. Whether the offense is great, average, below average, I don't think it's going to affect the win-loss record, because I think special teams and defense is going to carry the first half of the Cleveland Browns in 2024. But I will say this. If you're going by offense when just judging it by yardage, I believe the Browns probably won't have as many third down conversions. I think they'll probably punt more than they usually do. But I think they're going to get big plays. We got some young wide receivers that have shined in the preseason. So I think that from a yardage standpoint, and sometimes that's what the offense is judged by, yardage, they might not be below average. So, but they might look below average into what we're used to with a Nick Chubb first down every time it's 3rd and 2, and we might not have that. So, but I don't think it affects the win-loss record. Go Browns. And Roger.
Well, obviously I'm chugging on that.
Of course you are.
You have a quarterback that hasn't thrown a pass, hasn't been in a huddle in 10 months. The last 2 times he came out to start a season, number one, after a suspension, he was rusty the entire rest of that year. Last year, came out rusty, injured, done for the year. It's not like he's come out on fire. He's coming out again with 0 snaps in 10.5 months. He's got, who do we know who's playing tackle? Whoever they are, have had 0 snaps. 0. Wide receivers, we have Amari Cooper. What else? Last year, Amari Cooper at game 4, game 5 was not a number 1 wide receiver, according to everybody on Browns Twitter. David Njoku was not a number 1 tight end, according to everybody. The first half of the season is being generous. As far as this offense. They have no identity. They have 2 running backs on the roster. They have 2 tight ends on the roster. They don't know who their tackles are. They have 1 wide receiver that they know, Amari Cooper. Thank God for Amari Cooper. We got another guy that already has an attitude. How many snaps has he taken? I don't even know his name. Yeah, the Browns offense is in big trouble. Thank God we have the defense. I'm glad Nick Chubb isn't run behind this offensive line. I'm glad he's on the yeah. Half the season is fucking generous with this team. But let's be I'm going to get my pom-poms out, though, and let's jump on the bandwagon and have – I can't do it no more, man. I can't do it. Be mad at me.
I will bring my pom-poms out.
I've been doing this since 1975. I'm not doing it anymore.
God.
I'm not being Mr. Happy and fat.
I'm going to leave.
We muted him. Sorry about that.
I'm going to go.
Yvette, you're up.
So, go Browns! Browns. GOBROWNS.
Nice.
I'm gonna say that we're gonna start the season with our softest schedule, so I'm hoping that we definitely kill it. And I don't agree at all. If we're going to make it to the playoffs, then we definitely better be good at the beginning, because at the end is when we play the hardest teams in the AFC North. So if we can't have confidence at the beginning of the season, then we're not having confidence in the whole season. And I do. So I'm hoping that we do look good at the beginning. We're playing different teams.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer to that statement. And moving on to statement number 4, we're going back down the street on East 9th over to Progressive Field to talk about the Guardians. If the Guardians fail to win the division, this is a bust of a season. I will start this one off. I am going to sip again. Damn it.
We're going to have to put anti-sip rules for Ed.
Oh my gosh. Here's why. I want a 2024 American League Central Division Championship hat and gear and all that fun stuff, because I'm a cuck. I make fun of Cleveland, you guys, all the time for being cucks and buying stuff because it's a Central Division, but I want one too. I'm not going to lie. I want to see the celebration in the dugout, the locker room. I want to see them put the tarp up and have some fun. I love fun, and that's what hopefully they can do by winning the division. But if they happen not to win the division, and they happen to make a magical October run and we get to the World Series, or heaven forbid, we win the World Series, isn't that what it's all about? So I got to sip on just the division, but I want to have some October magic. And if it happens to include a division, that's even better. But if it doesn't, oh well. Roger.
Thank God for Guardians baseball. Thank God for an organization that knows how to run a professional organization. Not only the Guardians fail to win the division is not a bust of a season, the Guardians failing to not advance out of the wild card round of the playoffs this year is not a failure of this division, because this team is not finished. This front office made the 1 or 2 moves that they made at the trade line because this team is not finished. They're on schedule. They're going to be contenders from 25 to 27 next year, because there's still 3 players in Columbus and in Akron that are going to be contributors on a World Series roster. You can't look at baseball in a 16-game season. This is not the NFL. Baltimore has been building for 7 years, and they lost in the first round last year, and they're still in danger. They haven't even clinched their division yet. The Texas Rangers, 7 years, they won the World Championship last year. They're in 4th place in their division this year. The Cleveland Guardians are going to win a World Championship. It may not be this year. Whatever they do this year is only a bonus building what they're going to do. The Cleveland Guardians are going to win a World Championship before the Cleveland Browns even win a playoff game.
Okay. Whoa.
Yvette. What that?
Hey. GUARDS. Go. Guards. What's the question?
If they don't win the division, it's a bust of a season.
Why? I think they did great. We had a new coach. They're a young team. Why does it have to be a bust just because they don't win the division? I think they still looked great, and everybody was having a great time. It was so fun to see the fans so excited to cheer on this young team and cheer on this new coach, So I'd like to see them win. So yeah, go.
All right.
Chug. I'm just gonna chug all the time.
He's chugging. I agree with Yvette so much on this one. This has been one of my favorite Guardian seasons, and just because their lack of experience in their youth, effectively hurts them. I mean, look, the Baltimore Orioles, right? They were such an incredible team, and then when they made it to the postseason, I think their inexperience hurt them a little bit, and that's totally fine because now they're in position to do some things. Guardians have a bright future. I'm so excited about them. I want them to get the job done. Don't get me wrong, but I think we have to appreciate what they've accomplished. And by the way, this question's so dumb. Just because they make it to the playoffs without winning the division, they still have a chance to win. So
right.
I love this team this year. I'm more excited for the Guardians than I've been in quite a while. Probably since we started worrying about Frankie Lindor leaving 2 too much instead of the what was.
Don't be
going on.
lazy, Andy. It's Francisco. Right. It's Francisco.
Francisco. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
Good point. So anyway, I love what they've accomplished, and I am spitting on this one.
Woo. Nice. Great. And that will end another rousing edition of Spit, Sip, Chug.
Well, good job, Ed. Roger, you got more passionate than ever. Let's put a buffer between Roger and Yvette next time so that, we don't have so much emotion.
Man, that's what it is, though. Listen, I grew up on West 69th Street. I ran away from fucking home when my mother wouldn't let me go to the Red Right 88 game.
I grew up in Youngstown.
When somebody disrespects the Cleveland Browns, I take it fucking personal. I take it personal. So I
shout out
don't
to
give a shit
Y-Town,
what
by the way.
anybody else says, or calls me a bummer fan, or I'm down. I take it personal, man.
First of all,
And so I'm not going to jump on a bandwagon
anymore. You're a Lions fan now. You said that.
Can we move on? Let's do it.
All right.
But I can't run around and fake it. You guys want me to fake it. You want me to fake it.
Right now, I would love you to fake it so that we can. Yes. It's getting intense, and there's a time for intense.
It's all bullshit.
It might not be it. We have a extremely fun game plan, and I have not told anyone what the game is today, but you guys all represent a city that you're proud of, that you love. Yeah. So we're gonna play a little game to see who knows their city the best.
Oh, jeez.
Who knows their town the best? So we're gonna play a game where we're gonna ask true or false questions. Ed, you're gonna answer for Columbus. Yvette, you're gonna answer for Youngstown, and Roger, you are gonna answer for Cuyahoga Falls. We're gonna determine who loves their city the best.
Okay.
Are we all excited?
For Cuyahoga Falls? I'm not from Cuyahoga Falls.
You're Roger first in Cuyahoga Falls. Stop it. Ed's not from Columbus, but he lives in Columbus in his stupid handle, so that's who he's going to represent.
Yes. Proudly.
First of all, they got black and gold. They got Pittsburgh colors at the high school. I'm trying to swallow that as my freshman son is going to pitch varsity baseball this year.
Well, you're just going to have to deal with it because that's the game. By the way, question number 3 might have been about what their colors are, so you just ruined it. All right. Who wants to go first? We got 7 true, false.
I'm too much of a downer to start a game.
All right. Ed?
Yvette, did you want to go first?
That is true.
Or do you want me to go first? It's whatever Yvette wants. It's fine.
You guys don't know how pissed I am about the Browns. You don't know, man.
Oh, we do know. We
all know.
People that tuned in know now. Yeah.
Andy, shoot off a question. Shoot off a question.
All right.
You know what, man? It's a week before kickoff, and I can't stand the Cleveland Browns. Okay. And I hate myself for it. I hate them for it.
Well, to be fair, everyone watching hates you too.
Yeah. Columbus. Let's go. Columbus. I'll go first, Andy. I'll go first.
All right. Columbus, Ohio has had a professional football team. Ed, true or false?
I believe it's true. I believe the Ohio State Buckeyes are a professional football team.
No, a professional NFL, not NFL, but like a professional non-college football team.
True. I know it's not my turn, but I don't care.
True.
Ed,
true.
Going true. That is correct. True. They had the Columbus Panhandles.
Yes.
All right. Ed, you get 1 point.
Yes.
Playing to 7. Yvette.
Yes.
The Youngstown State University Penguins football team has never won a national championship.
False.
That is false. They've won twice.
93 and 93 and 297.
Yeah, they got. I think they got 4. I think Jim Tressel won 4 at Youngstown State.
All right, Roger. The Riverfront Irish Festival is the largest festival in Cuyahoga Falls.
That's tough to say today. I know it used to be, so I'm going to say yes. Still.
That is false. The Irish something is bigger. It's close. It was close. And then you got Blossom, which they technically count as a festival. But
yeah, I don't.
All right.
We live here. We don't do that shit. That's for tourists and stuff.
When you're positive, you do well in games, Roger. See? All right, Ed.
Yes.
There's a section of the Berlin Wall in Columbus, Ohio.
Jeez. Well, you know what though? I will say one thing. In Columbus, we have German Village, which is, you know what I'm saying? So it's
The Firehouse Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna say true.
That is true.
It is true. I know about it. Yes. So go ahead, Andy.
All right, Yvette. Youngstown was a finalist to be considered for the capital of Ohio before it ultimately went to Columbus.
False.
That is false.
Yeah. They would never consider Youngstown for that shit.
All right, Roger. 74% of Cleveland. Jeez, man, 74% of Clevelanders were successfully able to locate Cuyahoga Falls on a map of Northeast Ohio.
No. No.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
They think it's Cuyahoga Heights.
All right.
Right over by Harvard Avenue.
The score right now is 2-1. It's anyone's game. 5 more to go. Ed,
Yes.
the Columbus Blue Jackets were coined their name as a nod to the Wright brothers, who were inspired by blue skies.
False. It has to do with the Civil War, something like that. So
That is
false.
correct. He's a
Cheating. You're cheating. You're a cheater.
Unfortunately, I
know
wish you didn't
that.
mention Blue Jackets. It's not our proudest thing about Columbus.
But you're a Columbus transplant, but you know all these things about your
useful knowledge. It gets me nowhere.
All right, Yvette, Youngstown. From the center of
In the
Youngstown,
house.
it's closer to Cleveland than it is to Pittsburgh.
False.
That is false.
Duh.
10 miles closer.
Yes.
Yes.
damn.
Basically, yes.
What do you think every single Steelers fan uses as an excuse? We're closer to Pittsburgh than we are to Cleveland. 10 miles. Yeah.
Yeah, and it stinks. there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they do. Like, oh, like really, that's the difference. Okay, there you go. You're right.
Okay, Roger. After a rough stretch in the late 60s and 70s, Cuyahoga Falls River has become one of the cleanest urban rivers in the United States.
True.
That is true.
Hmm.
Wow, you guys are.
Hey, they're
killing me.
removing the gorge. When they remove the gorge, it's going to be even cleaner because the second biggest falls in the state of Ohio will be right here in Cuyahoga Falls in 4 years. Where you'll be coming here, Andy, with your kids, and
Wait,
you bet you're going to come all the way up from Youngstown to see the falls. They're going to be gigantic.
we're gonna go get.
They
ice
put a
cream.
gorge and a dam in like in the 40s, and they're going to remove it and restore the river, which is going to like open up the wildlife, and the river's just going to like the growth is going to be beautiful for all of nature and
What
everything.
you did, Andy.
It's going to be incredible.
I can't wait, Roger. We're all gonna come. It's gonna be amazing.
I'm an
You're
environmentalist.
gonna talk about how you're not a
Hey,
racist. It's
I
gonna be
got a
fun.
4-year-old
That's right.
and a
Happy
9-year-old boy.
Gilbert, happy place now. I'm just gonna close my eyes and be at the Cuyahoga Falls.
All right, Ed.
Yes.
In 2022,
Yes.
Columbus had a higher murder rate per capita than New
Ooh.
York City.
New York.
True.
That is true.
Yep.
Woo!
No, it's the north side of Columbus. Say stay away. from the north side of Columbus. It is.
I got pictures.
You always talk about the crime in Cleveland.
Well, we had our moments. We had our moments.
Hey, I got pictures.
2022 was not that long ago. All right, Yvette. Youngstown has more churches per capita than any other city in the United States.
Has more what?
More churches per capita.
Oh, I'm gonna say true because
It's
Cam-
true.
yes, because Camo's the city of churches when you walk in there. I mean, when you have all those mafia people, you gotta have some.
Yeah, they go to church.
I mean, come on. But what do you do if you murder someone?
That makes a lot of sense.
All right, Roger. Cuyahoga Falls was one of the sites of the first 12 McDonald's franchises that opened outside of California. So when they went outside of California, Cuyahoga Falls was picked as one of the first 12.
False.
That is false.
Oh.
Dang, we're killing it. Who's winning?
Where all 3 of our McDonald's are, actually all 4 of them were all farmland at that time. All 4 of our McDonald's were farmland at that time. Well,
Well, it could have
There's no way.
opened and failed. All right, Ed.
Yes.
Columbus has more parks than any other city in the United States.
False.
That is false.
Oh my gosh. Are we done? I'm getting nervous. We're doing good. I'm gonna win. I'm doing so good.
You're doing perfect. Let's see if we can
I
keep
know.
that. All right.
I'm not,
Youngstown was the site of a significant labor dispute that ended in a massacre in the year of 1937.
Well, the mob was really significant. 7, sitting in labor disputes, so that can really throw me off. I'll have to give it true because of that, but
That is true.
yeah, there you go. It all makes sense.
All right.
36, 37, 38, 39, 40. That's every year.
You're still
Yeah.
in this one.
There
right?
was a break. There was a break in like the 70s.
Okay, fair enough.
70s.
Little chill time.
They
All right.
came back in the 80s and 90s. Yes.
Roger, Cuyahoga Falls hosts an annual event called the Great Steel Strike Reenactment.
Called the what?
The Great Steel Strike Reenactment.
I've never heard of that. I'm gonna have to say false.
That is
I
false.
mean, I'm on the Talk of the Town Facebook page. I would hear about it, believe me.
I made that up. All right.
That is awesome because it sounds like something that they would do.
Ed, Columbus, Ohio had one of the
Weird
largest
people here.
Okay. Columbus, Ohio had one of the largest UFO sightings in history in 1973.
I know 73 we had the Xenia tornado that was a couple of, you know what I'm saying, but let's see. I know Roswell, New Mexico, and it was a lot of alien sightings in Columbus. Jeez. Forget. You know what? True.
That is true.
Oh my gosh, really?
No, I'm done.
All right.
I'm gonna get this one wrong now.
Come on, Yvette. You only have two more.
It's so much. I mean, like Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna choke.
Oh, no. I tried to on that one, and I couldn't.
Yvette,
Oh,
Youngstown, Ohio coined its name from an event back when it was a tiny little whatever, where the locals scared off locusts by booing them, and Boo Town evolved into Youngstown.
False.
That is false.
Yeah. All right, we'll quit. I won.
All right, Yvette wins.
Yeah.
We can call it a tie, but I'm down with
Right.
that.
Yeah. Let's
I'm
get
pretty sure I
Oh,
lost.
it's 11-11.
Pretty sure I
so
lost
We
again.
still have.
it's perfect timing.
All right, Roger.
Yeah.
Wait,
Cuyahoga
yeah.
Falls translates. Well, Cuyahoga of Cuyahoga Falls. Cuyahoga translates to twisting river. Is that true or false?
No.
That is false. It's Crooked River.
Cricket. Ooh.
They have a beer named Crooked River.
Yeah.
Don't they?
All right, Ed. The first person to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean was from Columbus, Ohio.
False.
That is false. He was
Oh,
from Michigan. He lived in Columbus, but he was from.
How much time did you have on your hands today?
I don't know. I got them all right.
I know. Let's just quit the game right now because we were all
right.
so
These are
amazing.
awesome. I
We're
love
so
them. I'm
amazing.
learning. I'm
Yeah.
learning so much.
I know.
All right,
Yeah.
you got one more.
No,
Youngstown,
we,
Ohio.
I told you no. We quit. Why would you do that to me? No, I want to go. This is bad.
Youngstown, Ohio was the birthplace of the modern shopping mall concept.
Oh, I just don't feel like if that's true and I didn't know that. I'd feel really bad because I don't think that's true.
So
Is it true?
you gotta.
Just tell me it. Like, don't let me go down like that.
You want to flip a coin?
I would say false.
Ooh, it's true.
Damn it.
According to
I
AI,
told you guys to quit the game. You did that on purpose. Now you're not going to get a friendship bracelet at the Muni Lot.
Oh.
Damn it! Thanks a lot, Ed.
I didn't, dude. I agreed that it was tie. Andy kept going. I was gonna call it.
Listen,
That's
I played a lot
okay.
of-
I'll take the L. I'll take the L. That's all right.
All right, maybe we'll do a final question that's worth 2 points. Roger, the number one industry of Cuyahoga Falls is healthcare and hospitals.
is what?
The number one industry of Cuyahoga Falls
Right.
has become, healthcare and hospitals.
Ooh, you got Robert Shaw that's right up the street here. That's pretty big. You have Western Reserve. We just built a building for them right on the border. I'm going to have to say true.
That is false. It's still manufacturing. But healthcare and hospitals has
Well,
been
give
catching up.
Ed one more to get so he can get it wrong. So then we could all get it all
right.
wrong. And then we could all win again.
All right, Ed, what is the exact population of Columbus?
The exact population.
Yes.
You talk about Columbus
The number.
proper.
Yeah,
Not
Columbus proper. Yeah.
Okay, Columbus proper. I know Cleveland's is like 347,000. I know it's 330. I think Columbus is a little bit higher because of 857,961.
So close, but that is wrong.
Yeah.
Spell Youngstown.
Okay. YOUNGSTOWN. Go.
It's
Youngstown. Yeah.
Roger. Who was the 13th person to die in Cuyahoga Falls?
Who was the what?
13th person that died in Cuyahoga Falls.
Who died in Cuyahoga Falls?
Yeah. When it became a proper city, who
Yeah.
13th person?
Oh, so after it became a city, 13th person to die here?
Yes.
She was not known
That
by anyone.
was that's Willie McGrath. He ran
No,
he was
that's incorrect. All right, Yvette wins.
Yeah.
Well done.
Woo. Thank
Holy
you.
cow, that was amazing.
Thank
So
God.
Yvette knows her city better than Ed and Roger knows their cities. You guys should be ashamed.
Should.
Well, you know what? In fairness, even though we had an argument tonight, I love her. But she knows the history. I drive around Youngstown sometimes. All right, because I go down to the VA. We built a new VA on the west side of Youngstown. And we did a couple sparkles. So I have to go down there and I think about like the places she visits and talks about and how she represents her city. And even though sometimes we disagree and she thinks I'm a gruff, angry old man, I'm not going to back down from her either because she don't scare me sometimes, but sometimes she does. But when I drive around her town, she represents it so wonderfully, Youngstown, because it gets a bad rap, and she does an awesome job. And I don't know, man. It's a cool town if you really look into Youngstown, man. It really is. Like I drive around like the inner parts of it sometimes, and man, she does a good job.
Thank you,
I'll be
Roger.
quick. Thank you.
It's my way of apologizing tonight for snapping at her. I think we go back 3 years now. So I
Listen, wait,
apologize.
I could take
Hey,
it.
I just love.
I
the fact
don't
so
agree with
much.
you. That's fine. That doesn't matter. And listen, I wouldn't if you could you're always welcome to Youngstown.
Yeah. Speaking of, I want to bring the fam down. I heard you have some amazing Italian restaurants. So I'm going to bring them down. We should all get together and eat at what you would say is the best one. That would be awesome.
Sounds
And
fun.
Roger, that was so beautifully said. You will kiss Yvette's ass, but you will not kiss Spider's ass. That much is clear. But I respect it.
And the best Y-Town Columbus connection of all time. Thank you for Jim Tressel, national champion at Youngstown, national champion at The Ohio State University, one of Ohio's finest.
You had to ruin it, Ed. You had to ruin it.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Bernie Kosar, number
Yes,
19.
Bernie Kosar. Yeah.
You know what? The first time I ever been to Youngstown ever, I was a young apprentice and we went down and worked in Boardman. The very first time, and it was like 1992 or 93. Bernie was already gone, but it was the first time I've ever stepped into what county? What county is it? You're in Tuscarora. Where are you at? But it was the first time I was in Youngstown was actually Boardman. The home of Bernie Kosar was the first time I ever stepped foot was Bernie, and it was like 93, way back years ago. And that's the home of Youngstown is Bernie Kosar, not Jim Tressel. So home
right,
of Bernie
but
Kosar.
he coached there, and that's good enough for me, Roger.
We love them both. We'll take them both.
Love them both.
Yvette, we
Yeah, to
so
ruin it.
appreciate everything that you do. You're
Absolutely.
a go-getter. We love that.
Thank you.
We're associated with you, that you come on our show, you bring us on your shows, you incorporate us into your fantasy drafts. Do you have anything out that you want to plug that's coming up on the show?
Yes.
And okay. Let's hear
Sure.
it.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure joining you guys. You guys are my friends. I love being here. Can't wait for this season. As always, you can follow if you go to bougiesports.net. I do have a website out. We have the squad pod that'll be on next week. And if you're going to the home opener, come check me out in the Muni lot. I'll be there. Come from like the from 12 to 2. You guys as well. I'm in the back end. I don't know how to explain, Andy. Like back by the freeway, and my right when you first walk into the Muni lot, go to the left and all the way down. How's that? Past that by the
Makes
freeway.
sense to me.
And then come see me.
am
Grab
I
a friendship
invited?
bracelet. Absolutely. Everybody's invited.
Am I still invited? Are you sure?
Just be a little more
Of course
chipper,
you are.
Roger. Be excited.
Yes, you are.
He's usually more excited in the mornings than he is in the evenings. Real quick, what do you think the Browns record's going to be this year? You're a positive person. Let's give Roger some optimism.
I have them winning 13 games.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love that.
I mean, how many, like, I think last year you guys said it'd be, what did we, everybody's talking about like all the different quarterbacks, all the different things, and look how far we made it last year. Remember how much fun we had last year? We went to the playoffs. We had the best time. So
the best year.
I don't know what to expect. I just hope that at the end of the day that we're all having fun and that we have positive results. That's all.
Nice.
We all
I have
deserve it.
them living. I have them living winning 11 games because of Kevin Stefanski.
Wow.
No matter who the quarterback is, I think the defense is good enough that the Browns can win 11 games because of Kevin Stefanski and what he did with 4 quarterbacks last year.
5
Or
quarterbacks.
5 or whatever.
That last one doesn't count, really. I don't.
But I think that's how talented this football team is. And I hate the fact I'm going to be sadly disappointed.
Oh, such a downer. Hey, don't worry, Yvette. Next time you're on, we're gonna punt Roger to the curb. You'll never see him again. Don't worry about it.
Nick Carnes can't even cheer me up. Nick Carnes can't even cheer me up.
Yvette knows the guy. She's from
Well, here's the
Youngstown.
thing,
She knows the
Roger.
guy that knows the guy. She'll get rid of it.
You're gonna get cheered up on September 8th when the Browns kick Dallas's ass. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna come on. We're gonna make fun of you. It's gonna be great. Yvette, thank you so much for coming on. We love when you're amazing. Everything you do is incredible. Everyone, please go out and watch Bougie Sports. It's such a better time than our show with these downers. With that, this has been a fantastic episode of the Dawg Chug. I'm going to pretend to drink a beer from this empty because I don't have a fresh one. But go Browns. Let's do it.
Go Browns.
Go Browns.